Hello guys, and welcome back to part 3 of my 5-part series of World of Tanks. We'll get that down eventually. We glitch a little bit here. This is actually my Wi-Fi. It's not you, it's me. My Wi-Fi was really bad here. Eventually it's going to stop, and there we go, back to normal. Sorry about that guys, but it was really choppy. My Wi-Fi has been pretty bad. There's actually been a really bad rainstorm here recently, and so my Wi-Fi is, just all over the place. It's super bad. But anyways, we're still going to be able to put a few rounds into these guys. They're shooting at us real bad here. We're losing a lot of damage, but we're doing a lot of damage to them. So it's kind of an even trade so far. I got a Matilda in front of me, which is super good because he has kind of a lot of armor. He can bounce a lot of shots, and we are in a PZ3, which I'm super happy about. Because as you guys know, in my last episode, it is a super strong tank. It is like it's basically a super fast tank, so it should be considered a light tank, but it has a whole bunch of armor and a super good gun. And so this tank can just do an insane amount of damage, and the reload speed is pretty quick. And so we're able to put a lot of damage into these guys. Just as a tier 3 tank, as you can see, we're being able to hold off tier 4 tanks, and we're able to end that guy off real quick. PZ3 versus PZ3, we're going to take the W there. We're going to go over and shoot the guys on the right there. We're going to go ahead and flank them because none of the good guys are over there, and they're running away towards that one good guy. And so we're going to use this hill and this distance between me as an advantage, and we're gonna go ahead and snipe off that guy. Didn't quite get him there, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and go against this Matilda, and typically I don't like Matildas kind of scare me, but I'm feeling kind of strong in this PZ3. But typically Matildas, I try to stay away from them. They have a whole lot of armor. They are a heavy tank. But his sides are a little squishy, so we're going to hopefully go for his sides. Normally in any other tank I would be very scared against a Matilda, but in a PZ3 I feel a little bit more confident going up against this guy. But anyways, I definitely need some teammates over here, so I'm calling for help. And now I'm getting scared. Now the PZ3 is not holding up against this Matilda here, and we are going to die. Oh, right there, right around the rock. We get super close, but we do die. It's okay though, because we have 4 good guys and only 1 bad guy left. The Matilda does go down shortly after. Only if I had that little bit of backup, before I died, that would have been fine. But it's alright. We have a PZ4, and he's actually going to see the A20. He's going to put a round into him, and then he's going to reload, and just right before he can reload, another good guy gets him out, so he is done. Now we're in an A20, I believe, and this is a light tank. I believe it is a super fast tank, but it still has a pretty good gun. I like this tank, and I actually like the way the tank looks aesthetically. I think it's just a pretty cool tank. But anyways, our front line is basically, we're butting heads with the front line right there, and so I'm actually gonna flank them and go right behind the entire enemy lines. Actually, there's like a group right there, and we're actually gonna go right behind them and just put rounds right in their backs, and they're not even suspecting it. So that's a super good position by me. Right here on this hill, right behind the enemy lines. Super good position for me right here. So long as my good guys can hold their line and put rounds in them, we can kind of surround these guys right here and just crush them. We're able to put a few rounds in him, and we're doing more damage than him, which is good. But he has a lot more health, and so I'm actually worried. I'm hoping one of my good guys can put a round or 2 into him. If they can put a round or 2 into him, we're going to be good off. But we get flanked by another A20, I believe, a tier 4 A20. And so that's not good for us. We're going to try and take out the tier 4 A20 before going down. We're kind of stuck here. There's no way we're going to be able to win. So we just take out the A20, even up the score for our good guys before they can get some more help. And this M3 Lee is actually going to be our MVP here. I actually looked at the right guy. The M3 Lee is going to be a super outstanding MVP here real soon. You're going to see. But yeah, we're going to switch between a few different tanks so you can see, the different angles. And as you see, the cruiser is actually going to get destroyed right here because everyone's shooting at him. Even from all the way up that hill, they're actually still shooting at him. I don't even know how that's super far. Apparently not even focused about those tanks. Our good guys on the hill, they're just focused on the cruiser. So the cruiser does go down, which is really sad to see. But the M3 Lee, he's staying back. And I actually thought, oh, he's, not going to do that well. He's being AFK, he's not really helping our team, so that really sucks. But actually, he's scouting and kind of planning on what to do. The M3 Lee is standing back, letting the enemies, letting the battle kind of fade out, and then he's gonna go and he's actually gonna play MVP. So don't get mad at him just yet. But yeah, I thought he was like AFK and not really gonna help. The M7 gets lit up right here. He gets bunched up by the bad guys, and it's not looking good for us right now. yes, we are a tank ahead, but this guy's about to go down, and then it's going to even up the score again, and that M3 Lee is almost dead, whereas that M5 Stewart, I mean, he's half health, and so, you know, that's obviously not good, and I'm hoping that M3 Lee is laying down some cover fire for this M7, but it's not looking like it, and that's going to be explained all here real soon. The M3 Lee does go down with the M7 now, and they're looking to end the battle here, but the M7 is actually going to get lit up on with both the enemy guys. The enemy M7, he gets down, but he can't turn around in time for the M5 Stewart, and he's going to put a round into him. The M3 Lee puts a round into him, the M5 Stewart, and he gets him down. The M7 is looking to end him right here, but the M5 Stewart almost shoots him, so he backs up, and then the M7 gets brave enough, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go shoot him now, and nope, he dies. And so now it is the M3 Lee versus the M5 Stewart, and they have a major face-off, because this is gonna dictate whether it's a win or a lose. Just they're both one shots, and so basically, they just shoot each other once, and they're dead. And so this is extremely important face-off here, because they only have, you know, one life. They can't mess this up, otherwise they will either win or lose the battle. And I say, hey, you want to go for the flag, basically, because then the enemy can't really do much if you go for the flag. But it turns out he's behind him, so I was like, hey, it's behind you, or he's behind you. The M3 Lee is going to wait a little bit, so that way the M5 Stewart does drive off. He's going to go up the hill. The M5 Stewart does go down the hill, but then he's going to go back up the hill. And then this is where it gets super dangerous, and this is where the M3 Lee gets the MVP medal of the year, guys. He is super clutch right here. He's going to brave it. He's going to go down the hill while the M5 Stewart doesn't expect it. He takes a round, but he does end the M5 Stewart, and we get the W. I hope you guys enjoyed that heart racing tag. That was super close. We almost lost, but we almost also won. So we did win. We got the victory, guys. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this crazy episode. Make sure to stay tuned. More crazy and funny episodes are actually coming soon. Make sure to stay tuned. I hope you have a tanktastic rest of your day, guys. Peace.